If you're sitting on the sidelines waiting and you're just gonna pay more for the same house in the future that may net cost you more over the long run. There is no real benefit in waiting, especially if you think rates are going to come down anytime soon in 2025. So if becoming a homeowner or maybe buying an investment property or a second home is in your plan for this year, here are 3 things that you need to start doing now to make that a reality in 2025. So first step is, well, essentially, this has been the same forever. When you're talking about buying real estate, you should choose, or selling, you should choose a real estate agent carefully. The reason this is even more prevalent is due to the changes since the middle of 2024, because now you have to have a signed contract in place with a real estate agent as a buyer before you can tour property or before you can even get some professional advice sometimes from them. And so now you really want to take the time and be deliberate and do this early and choose the right person who can truly help you achieve your real estate goals. And so if you want to make sure that you don't just pick somebody off the internet or your cousin's friend, and you actually do an interview and find out more about their business model. Do they operate as a solo agent? Do they have a team that supports them? What is their availability like? What does their experience look like? You really want to know, do they have the skill set and availability right? Are they available when you need them to be, or do they have an assistant that can help you? Because this is a part of the real estate industry today, is just service level agreements and making sure that you understand what your expectations are of them and what their expectations are of you. So that is something that you want to start early on in the process and be deliberate about it. Interview some folks, make sure that you make that choice and that you feel really good about it. Don't wait until you want to see property this weekend and just choose anybody. So start that process early. Be deliberate about it. Conduct your interviews. Make sure you feel very comfortable about the person you're hiring, because you are committing to compensate them when you hire them. Even though in most cases sellers are still offering to contribute towards that compensation, you want to enter into a contract and make sure you feel very, very good about it. So that is the first step in choosing a real estate agent, is choosing a real estate agent and being deliberate, not the old way, okay? So number 2 step, very important, is choosing a lender. You're going to need if you're going to need financing, you need a good, solid lender to make this purchase. You want to start that process early and meet with a lender who can help you develop a plan based on your particular situation and what your specific goals are to achieve them. If you're a first-time home buyer and if you have no idea about what the process is, you want to make sure that you understand what your down payment is going to be. What about your monthly expenses? Look at that. Take into account what all of the numbers are, because let's say you are not ready today. It's okay. They can help you put together a game plan to be ready in 2, 6 months, a year or longer. If you're looking to purchase an investment property, same thing. You need a solid game plan. You may need to move some money around, pay off some debt, do some different strategies. You want to come up with a plan and make sure that you have a deliberate process in place to get to where you want to go. And you want to start now talking to that lender and letting them examine your finances. Figure out what programs work best for you, what programs are available. Maybe start paying down some debt for a down payment. Talk to you about the rates, how do rates affect the pricing today versus the future, and all of those different nuances. There's a lot that goes into it, and if you wait till last minute and you rush into the process, you may miss something or not pick somebody who has a skill set of programs that you need to achieve your goals. So that's step number 2. Consult a lender that is recommended by your realtor, because they know, or they should know, who are the best lenders out there, especially in today's market. And you want to make sure that they have that relationship and that understanding, so that they're both growing in the same direction. Your goals, your step number 3 now is the biggest piece of advice. This is step number 3 is the biggest piece of advice for someone looking to purchase property. No matter what it is, don't wait for interest rates to come down. But buyers and sellers alike, have been waiting for 2 years for interest rates to come down. In the meantime, the median price of property has gone up 10%. We don't see any end in that aspect happening anytime soon. So if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for you're just going to pay more, basically, for the same house in the future that may net cost you more over the long run than any money saved by a lower interest rate. So you want to get into the game now. There's no true reason to wait going forward. All of the experts, pundits, gurus that do these projections believe that rates are going to stay about the same. They may come down a little this year, but there's not going to be a huge drop, 2-3% anytime soon. So waiting for that is just going to cost you more money. Just to put it into context, if you bought a $500,000 house 2 years ago, today it's worth $550,000 or more. So you're going to be paying $50,000 more for the house, and interest rate has not come down any. And so if that continues to be the case going forward, and we see 5 or 6% appreciation every year, the cost of that home increasing can far outweigh the cost of any money that you save with a lower interest rate. You can never change the price of the home initially. You can always refinance the interest rate in the future. So if there is no benefit to waiting, especially if you think rates are going to come down anytime soon, so now's the time, and you're ready, and your realtor thinks it's a great idea, and your lender says you have the money to do it, you should absolutely do it now and not wait. It's never too early to start. Don't never feel like you're bothering anybody or wasting their time. That's what we do. We advise, we educate, we help. We help you build a plan to reach your goals. So start early. Don't wait till the last minute. And you may be surprised by the results based on what an examination of your finances and in building your game plan are. If you make a good choice on a good team, you will get great advice. And it may change your direction or maybe move up your timeline. And you want to start early to have that conversation to give you the maximum opportunity to have the best number of opportunities to achieve your goals. So if you want to get started, if you have any questions about real estate, anything real estate related, you can always reach out to My Real Estate with Danielle or Danielle, or there's always a link in the description below to my calendar. You can book a meeting right into it. We'll have a discussion. And as always, thanks for watching. These are your 3 steps to becoming a property owner in 2025. Aloha. See you guys next week.